I try to give good messages to the public. Oh, well, okay. Now, it's very complicated. There's a message behind it. It's kind of like a cult. So we don't hire. We allow people to join our organization. Our main message is the Church of the Absurd, Church of Bob Dobbs, the Church of Subgenius. That's what I'm trying to say. Church of Subgenius. Nobody for president. That's my message.
Nobody for president?
That's correct, ma'am. Yeah. Who are you with?
I'm the Status Coup live right now.
Awesome. Check this guy out, guys. Well, real quick. Hold on. Now that we're live, give me 1 second. I gotta stop my side so I can listen to this. We're live. Should I give you a little time?
Not for sale! Say it loud, say it clear! Immigrants are welcome here! Say it loud, say it clear! Immigrants are welcome here! Say it loud, say it clear! Immigrants are welcome here!
of your lungs. Who's got the power? What kind of power? Who's got the power? What kind of power? Trump, escucha, estamos en la lucha. Trump, escucha, estamos en la lucha. Vance, escucha, estamos en la lucha. Vance, escucha, estamos en la lucha. No Trump, no KKK, no fascist USA. 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 When Trump says get back, we say fight back. When Trump says get back, 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 when Bass says get back, when Newsom says get back, when Trump 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 says get back, 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 get back. That's right, we're gonna fight back today, tomorrow, next week, next month until we win. I see the shirts right here that Altadena is not for sale. Is that right? That we are fighting for full compensation for everyone who is a victim of these completely avoidable fires. Is that right? Let me hear you say, Karen Bass, you're a liar. It's your fault our city's on fire. Karen Bass, you're a liar. It's your fault our city's on fire. Gavin Newsom, you're a liar. It's your fault our city's on fire. Gavin Newsom, you're a liar. It's your fault our city's on fire. Fire hydrants didn't flow. Where did all our money go? Fire hydrants didn't flow. Where did all our money go? Fire hydrants didn't flow. Where did all our money go? Fire hydrants didn't flow. Where did all our money go? When immigrants are under attack, what do we do? When immigrants are under attack, what do we do? When black lives are under attack, what do we do? When black lives are under attack, what do we do? When trans lives are under attack, what do we do? When trans lives are under attack, what do we do? 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 Let me say free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Occupation Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine! Who's got the power? What kind of power? 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 What do we want? Justice. What do we want? And when do we want it? What do we want? And when do we want it? What do we want? And when do we want it? What do we want? And when do we want it? If we don't get it, 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 money for jobs and education, not for wars and deportations. Money for jobs and education, not for wars and deportations. Money for jobs and education, not for wars and deportation. Money for jobs and education, not for wars and deportation. Whose streets? Our streets. 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 Up with the people. Up with the people. Down with the banker. Down with the banker. Say up with the people. Down with Trump. Say up with the people. And down with Trump. Say up with the people. And down with Trump. Down with Trump. Let me say up with the workers. Down with the system. Say up with the workers. And down with the system. Say up with the teachers. And down with the bankers. Say up with the roofers. And down with the landlords. Say up with the people. And down with the system. Say up with the workers. And down with the system. Everybody make some noise if you're ready to fight back.
That's right. Are we ready? Y'all fired up? Y'all sure? Are you ready to fight back? Up, up, up with the people.
Up with the people.
Down, down, down with Trump.
Down, down, down with Trump.
Up, up, up with the people. Down, down, down with Trump.
Down, down, down with Trump.
Up, up, up with the students.
Up with the students.
Down, down, down with Trump.
Down, down, down with Trump.
Up, up, up with the teachers.
Up with the teachers.
Down, down, down with Trump.
Down, down, down with Trump.
Up, up with the people.
Up with the people.
Down, down, down with Trump.
Down, down, down with Trump.
Up with the students.
Up with the students.
Down, down, down with Trump.
Down, down, down with Trump.
Up with the teachers.
Up with the teachers.
Down, down with Trump.
Down, down, down with Trump.
The people united will never be defeated.
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 The teachers united will never be defeated.
Teachers united will never be defeated.
The students united will never be defeated.
Students united will never be defeated.
The people united will never be defeated.
The people united
Will never be defeated. The people united will never be defeated.
I remember meeting you at the big demonstration.
Well, we're live right now. Do you want me to say the status quo?
Okay, yeah. So you want me to say something? Yeah, we're out here and we are called ASIMI, Anti-U.S. Israeli Imperialism in the Middle East, and we are here to join the mass demonstration here to start off opposing Trump and his threatened attacks on the immigrants, on the Palestinian and Middle Eastern liberation movements, and on the gay and LGBT community. We're here in solidarity with all. We're here in solidarity with all the oppressed peoples, and that's why we're building this, because we know this fight is going to go on. We know that we'll have to mobilize in the millions across the country, just like we did back in 2006 against the Sensenbrenner bill. That was a felonizing anti-immigrant bill. So we see that we're going to have to build that to that kind of level of power in order to stop Trump and his attacks. So everyone keeps saying, well, Trump had got the ceasefire deal going. Well, I'm going to tell you something. There's the mass movements and especially the resistance in Palestine and Gaza that brought that about, not Trump. He's just playing politics, and we know we're going to have to face his attacks. So that's why we're here.
Well, let me ask you this. Trump signed an executive order this saying basically that he wants to overturn birthright citizenship, the 14th Amendment. Apparently, he thinks he can undo a constitutional amendment with an executive order. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, Trump can do anything if we don't fight back. So it's all going to depend on us, in the streets, in the workplaces, in the schools, when we mobilize, when we strike, when we move, that and our protests in the streets. That's when we'll have we'll determine what is going to happen. Now it's up to us, and it's the only way, because the Democratic Party is not going to defend us. They lead the retreat. They are not on our side, and they're selling us out as we speak. So it's going to be us. It's going to be the organizations from below. It's going to be all the oppressed, all the working class. It's going to take that kind of a fight to stop Trump.
Indeed, but what about the January 6th insurrectionists? He's pretty much said he's going to party along with. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, yeah, He's the, what do you call it, the chief agitator for the fascist front. And that's what he's going to do, because he knows in order to keep his power and to put us down, then he has to agitate and mobilize them. That's why he's freeing them. They're all fascists. Well, maybe a couple aren't, but I think they all are. You know, let's not kid ourselves. These are our enemies. They're going to be attacking us in some of the cities. So we're going to mobilize against that. We're not pacifists. We know what self-defense means, and we are going to organize that. So here's what it is. It's going to depend on what we do and how we're going to mobilize to fight that. If those fascists crawl out of their filthy rock, from under their filthy rock, we're going to be here, and we're going to meet them, and we're going to send them back. And that's what's going to happen, I guarantee you, because the working class across the country are fed up, and what they're really fed up with is a super rich billionaire class, the capitalists that own this country and determine the world. They're fed up with them robbing us and their aggression around the globe. So we are, it will take us. We are the ones that are going to mobilize, and we are the ones that are going to stop it. Nobody else. Thank you very much.
Viva, viva Palestina! Viva, viva Palestina!
Another word. Oh my God.
All these walls have got to go. From Palestine to Mexico. All these walls have got to go. From Palestine to Mexico. All these walls have got to go. From LA to Palestine. All these walls have got to go. Viva, viva Palestina! Viva, viva Palestina! Viva, viva Palestina! Viva, viva Palestina!
Escucha, escucha, estamos en la lucha. Escucha, escucha, estamos en la lucha. Escucha, escucha, estamos en la
different groups out here showing solidarity, representing different struggles, all united against the Trump billionaire agenda and the bankrupt Democratic Party. Please join the demonstration so we can show them the full breadth of our people fighting back on day one. Before we begin, I do want to ask us if we could enter in a moment of silence for both the victims of the criminal negligence of the LA fires, and as well as the tens of thousands of martyrs in Palestine for that have been dying since the brutal genocide of Israel since October 7 of 2023. Please join us in a moment of silence. Thank you. At the same time, though, we want to salute the heroic first responders that answered the call. Now, you know I'm not talking about the police or the National Guard who just stood there arresting people while Angelinos homes were burned, and whose houses and possessions were hungry. Instead of just standing there, they went and attacked our people and arrested them. I'm talking about the heroic people of Los Angeles who on day one answered the call when the government, either local or national, would not. I also want you to join me in saluting and once again commemorating the heroic, steadfast, and resilient struggle of the Palestinian people who have been fighting for a century now for their liberation, and they showed the world that despite the brutal suffering that they endured during the genocide and the bloodshed, they're still standing. They're still strong, and most of the terms that they were fighting for were won in the ceasefire. Give it up for Palestine. Free Palestine, y'all. You know, today is it's both a difficult and really a joyous moment. I say difficult because we know whose administration starts today, right? The racist, the bigoted, the billionaire Donald Trump, who already probably by today already has declared a national emergency on the border, right? Imagine that. While LA is going through its worst firing history, where the resources of the country can be mobilized, when the funds of the Pentagon can be unlocked, instead of to go into war and destruction, he goes and turns his army of thugs of ICE against our immigrant communities and against our people. Boom! And I say it's a joyous day for one reason in particular that I want us to really grind ourselves in, which is the fact that today it was announced that after 50 years of being in the lion's den, of being in a brutal isolation in U.S. prison, Native American revolutionary Leonard Peltier is free. And this didn't happen because Biden had a change of heart, right? This didn't happen because it's a letter B. It happened because of the historic fight of the people to free Leonard Peltier, who never gave up. You know, we had originally planned, obviously, the main message for today to be the fight back against the Trump administration, right? We have been saying on our message that we were not going to let what happened in 2016 happen again. I am talking about that when the electric and energetic fire and breath of the people were unleashed at first against the Trump administration, with the historic Women's March where millions of people went to the streets, with the historic struggle against the Muslim ban when people shut down airports everywhere, and the heroic immigrant immigrant community who is not going to stand tall, undocumented and unafraid against the Trump administration. And we say we're not going to let what happened in 2016 happen again, because only months later, the Democrats came and diffused that energy, right? They said, trust us. They said, we'll take care of it. And in return, when the energy dissipated, what did they give us? Nothing. They didn't give us power. They gave us politics as usual. They didn't give us liberation. They gave us distraction with Russiagate. Are we going to let that happen again? No. That was the plan. That is the plan. For today, on day one, to see the city of Los Angeles coming out and telling Trump that we're not going to take it. But guess what? We have another enemy, because it's not just Trump, right? We're not friends to the Democratic Party, right? The criminal negligent party that has let tens of thousands of Angelinos, hundreds of thousands of Angelinos suffer during this fire. Are we going to let that happen? Yes. So everything changed in the last 13 days when the fire started. And the people, when they saw the criminal negligence of their city and of their state and of their nation not going to their aid, we said we're going to change the message of January 20th to be for full fire relief for the victims now. Jail the criminal negligent people in City Hall, in Sacramento, and in D.C. We came to say, fight the fire, not the people. You know, it's so interesting, I said it earlier, when the fire started, they kept congratulating themselves time after time, interview after interview, of the great job that they were doing. They're ridiculous. Fucking ridiculous. So, but at the same time as they were congratulating themselves, they kept bragging about the number of people that were arrested, that were looting, right? That is so ironic, because the real looters, the real criminals are right here inside of City Hall. The real looters and the real criminals are in Sacramento with Gavin Newsom. The real looters and real criminals are in Washington, D.C. with Trump and his gang of thugs, right? The real looters are the insurance scams and insurance companies, right? The corporations who take advantage of suffering for greed, right? So that's our message today. And today, we're truly honored. We're going to hear from an amazing lineup of speakers. We have survivors of the fires of Eden that are here that are going to give their testimony. We have survivors from the hurricane relief, from Hurricane Helene in Asheville, North Carolina, who came here to give their testimony and show their solidarity. We have people that are going to speak on behalf of the organizations that, unlike the city, have been doing the job for the city and leading the relief efforts for the people. So without further ado, I want to bring up our first speaker. I want to invite Valerie Espinosa from Affirm. Please help me welcome Valerie.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Valerie Espinosa, and I am a member of the Affirm LA chapter and a member of the Affirm International Committee. Affirm is an anti-imperialist, transnational feminist, woman of color-led organization. We were founded in 1989 and have chapters across the country, including in the illegally occupied Kingdom of Hawaii. I am here today because there is a war being waged on our community, one that targets people of color, immigrants, and women in this country. This war is being led by this very government, from the White House to LA City Hall, and it is fueled by capitalism. I stand here with heavy grief, knowing that LA histories and communities, particularly within the Black community, have burned alongside homes. But I am angry Angry because politicians and employers are standing by and expect us to carry on with business as usual. Angry that ICE decided to conduct checkpoints in our city as communities were being reduced to ashes. Shame. Well, I am here to say that as a daughter of immigrants, as a woman community organizer, no more. No more to how those in power treat us. No more to corporate greed over human lives.
That's right.
And we women here today, together like this in community, we pose a threat to those people in power because we are uniting from a position of strength. We are here not solely based on our shared oppression or our histories of violence. We are here uniting based on our shared resistance. Today is January 20th, and it marks the start of a new presidential term, the second for Donald Trump with his fascist and misogynist regime. Boo! But today instead, let this be a new mark where we declare and scream out our war cry no matter who sits in the Oval Office. We are here to tell those racist, capitalist, sexist, homophobic pigs that despite centuries of subjugation, despite them starving us, taking away our health care, cutting our public education, denying our reproductive justice, they have never and will never break the revolutionary spirit of women's resistance. As transnational feminists, we learn from the organizing lessons of our sisters in Latin America currently on the front lines against the ruling class, such as the Anti-Imperialist Feminist Network of Colombia, the Quichua women protecting the Amazon in Ecuador, and Las Rojas in Argentina, who are currently organizing feminist strikes and actions against the far-right leaders. They teach us that we must show our opposition publicly, organize and mobilize against financial warfare. So today I ask you, what are you willing to do to ensure we as a community win our liberation? We, the women of Affirm, march with you today in the tradition of the women on whose shoulders we stand on, because despite centuries of fascism, slavery, forced migration, and genocide, we will organize and resist again in what will be Trump's America. We women of color have always been on the front lines of resistance movements, from the guerrilla women of the FMLN to the women of the Black Power movement, to the thousands of women who led troops alongside Zapata and Carranza, to the Palestinian women who resist occupation to this day. So I want to end on this final thought. The wildfires have brought to light what we already know. Corporate greed in cahoots with negligent politicians will exploit those in their most vulnerable state and cost us our livelihoods. This re-election has amplified what we women, especially as transnational women of color, have endured over the centuries. Our survival depends on combating capitalist patriarchy on a daily basis. Are you with me? Are you with me? When our community is under attack, what do we do? When our community is under attack, what do we do? When women and children are under attack, what do we do? What do we do? Thank you.
Give it up for Valerie. Okay. How you feeling? All right. I really want to meet your energy next, because I think we have a very beautiful moment that's coming up. The two speakers I'm going to bring up next are two survivors, not from natural disasters, but from criminal negligence, right? We're going to have a survivor from the Altadena fire, from the Eden fire from Altadena, whose house was burned down. And we're going to have another survivor who came all the way from Asheville, North Carolina, to speak about the criminal negligence of the government and FEMA. So I want you to please help me welcome both Shaina Reed and MJ on the stage. And I'm going to bring Shaina first to speak, who is a survivor whose house was burned in Altadena by the Eden fire. Please help me welcome.
Hello. As stated, my home was burned in the Eaton fire, a preventable fire. I'm not here to speak for all of Altadena, but I am here to share my story, and I'm here to remind the government and private property investors that Altadena is not for sale. Excuse me while I speak. As you can imagine, I'm still in a state of shock and grief, but I will try to get all of my points across. Altadena was such a beautiful community, and it was a diverse community with predominantly Black and Latino multi-generational families, including my own. I have family history in Altadena that dates back into the 1960s. So many people lost their homes. There are thousands of families displaced, and we demand full relief from our government. I want to take a moment to thank all of the community aid in Altadena, from the churches, small businesses, large businesses, and different organizations that have come together to help victims of this fire with donations, shelter, food, clothes. Your support is everything in a moment like this. There are still residents in Altadena whose homes have been lost, or they're under mandatory evacuation, living in the Pasadena Civic Center shelter, or they're living in their cars. This is unacceptable. There are thousands of empty rental units throughout Los Angeles, and we need rent vouchers now for the people of Altadena. We also demand an immediate freeze on all mortgage and rent payments. Nobody should have to worry about their mortgage or their rent in a time where they've lost everything. And we need full funding to build our homes back before there is any talk about LA 2.0 and the 2028 Summer Olympics. We need to make sure that residents are able to build back their homes. Thank you all.
You can give it up for Shaina. And next, as I mentioned, in solidarity here, I want you to help me welcome MJ from Hurricane Helena. Please help me welcome MJ.
Hi. So, as you know, Asheville got hit by a hurricane back in September, and the government came in and they said, yeah, we'll help. There was 439,000 homes that was affected through this hurricane, and 5,600 people were put in hotels through FEMA. As of, I say, a month ago, FEMA started saying, here's the deadline. You got to get out of these hotels. They didn't see who was in these hotels. They didn't see the disabled and the elderly that could not walk and couldn't speak for themselves. And so because a group knocked on my door, we stood up and fought for all of them. And thankfully, we were given the extension through May, as of right now, but we're still fighting, and we're still demanding the assistance that they promised us, that our government, our city elected officials promised us. And so it was my hope that y'all receive this help, but be prepared for it not to be there. But as I know, Asheville will stand behind Altadena and stand with you to fight against the government and against this funding that's going towards these 3-year plans and these business developments that don't need to be there. Help with your people. Help these people that was affected. So from Asheville to Altadena, we demand full relief from FEMA. From Asheville to Altadena, we demand full relief from FEMA. From Asheville to Altadena, we demand full relief from FEMA. From Asheville to Altadena, we demand full relief from FEMA. From Asheville to Altadena, we demand full relief from FEMA. Thank y'all.
Thank you, MJ. Thank you, Shaina. And I want to very quickly discuss, if you see the people in the orange shirts in the front here in the banner, there's a website where you can go and sign the petition, which is LAsurvivors.org. LAsurvivors.org. There's the banners on the front. LAfiresurvivors.org. The banners in the front, and you can get all the information. They'll list all the demands that Shaina referenced, and as well as MJ. Thank you. Once again, give it up for them. All right, up next, I want to bring up James McKever. He's the president of the American Federation of Teachers 1521. Please help me welcome James.
It is such a privilege to be in a space with so many people that embody the true MLK. And the true MLK was fighting for workers' rights. He died on the balcony of Memphis while he was there for a sanitation strike, because he knew that was the next step in the civil rights movement, ensuring that workers can live a quality life and get an enjoyable wage. He fought against war. He was pro-peace through and through. And he lost popularity because he stood up against the Vietnam War. People's lives matter. AFT 1521's hearts, souls, minds, and prayers go out to all those who have been displaced or have lost property or lost their homes due to the fire. We need to remember it's not just homeowners, it's people who rented as well. And many of those people who rented do not have renter's insurance. They just lost everything. And be able to go to an insurance company that quite honestly would probably deny them anyway. But I'm going to say this, we're going to get through it because we live in the greatest city on the planet. We live in Los Angeles. Los Angeles, we fight. Los Angeles, we work together. Los Angeles, we care about each other. It's the city that raised me, and I love this city to death. So I'm so glad to be here with you. I want to talk a little bit about education, because it's important to me. I did not come from a traditional background of most academics. My father did not have a high school diploma. My mother had a high school diploma, but no college degree. My father, he was a drug dealer. He was also a fixer for a group called The Family in Pacoima. And because of that, I had no idea how to get through college. In high school, I had a child, and I was a single father, and I moved out while I was still in high school. But right across the street from my high school was Los Angeles Valley College, a community college, that allowed me to hang out for 9 years to get my degree. 9 years to get a 2-year degree. And we are here today because we need to fight for the right for every Los Angelino to be able to do the same thing. Take as long as you need. Do whatever it takes to be able to get that degree. But we also have to remember something they forget to tell us. California, college should be free. It is. It says in the master plan, which has not been changed, I double-checked this morning so I can give you nothing but fact, that college is free. Does it feel free to you? Tuitions in community college in 1954. This is at the time of Brown versus Board of Education. For UC campuses was $50 to $100 a semester. A semester. Over at community college itself, it was 100% free. At the Cal States, the tuition was also, it was cheaper than what it is today. It's only about $3,000 a year, okay, that you could go to college there. But let me say this. Oh, I'm sorry, today is $3,000 a year. Today, community college is $46 a unit. Community college went from free to $46 a unit. 12 units is a full load. Cal States are currently right now at $3,500, and they're going to be raising those tuitions by 5% in the next few years. Also, the UCs are at $15,000 now to go to a UC. Let me ask you, when it was only white people who could go to college, why the hell was it free then? All of a sudden, 10 years after Brown versus Board of Education, we decide in the 1970s under Ronald Reagan, during the height of the Black Power movement, during the height of the Brown Power movement, the height of the Asian Power movement, we decided that we are going to raise tuitions. And the reason why is education's a dangerous thing to put into people's hands. And they don't want you to have it. Also don't want you to get the education for another reason. They need people to work at Amazon. They need people to work at Walmart. You all saw that when Donald Trump first got elected, they sent out texts nationwide to African American students saying on January 20th, report to the fields. They're saying basically they're going to put us back in the fields picking cotton. We're done with that. We're never going to go back to that. But why are they saying it? Because they're also talking about deporting the labor that services all of us in this space right now and in this country. Undocumented workers, immigrant labor touches all our food, produces all our food, and they're being exploited. We live, I can't even say it's cheap cost for food anymore, but it's cheaper than it would be if we were doing the job. Because quite honestly, you couldn't pay us enough to go out there and work in the conditions that our undocumented immigrant brothers and sisters work in. So now, the more we fight, the more to get ahead, the more they push us back. And currently, right now, with the current felon and sexual predator taking office today, we have to fight harder than ever against their anti-union, anti-people of color, anti-woman, anti-immigrant, anti-LGBTQIA, anti-education, and anti-humanity, human decency agenda. We have to fight hard. We have to maintain access for college education for all people in the city of Los Angeles and the state of California. We have to work to lower tuitions, not maintain tuitions. The average student loan today is $100,000. I agree. That's the price of homes in some parts in the United States. How the hell are you going to get a home loan when you already got a home loan for your education? No one's going to give you that home loan. So we have to fight for free college. We have to ensure spaces and protections for our most vulnerable. Immigrants, women, people of color, and the LGBTQIA community must feel protected on our campuses. We have to ensure academic freedom. And what do we mean by that? Currently, right now in Florida, they're banning the discipline I teach, sociology. Right? Why? Because we tell you the emperor has no clothes. We tell you the truth about what's going on. And they want to ban anyone in ethnic studies, in English, in philosophy, or any other discipline that teaches the truth. They want us to continue to teach the myths we grew up with, like Columbus discovered America. How the hell did Columbus discover something that already existed? That's a lesson in white supremacy. Nothing existed until they claim it exists. And we teach that that's not true. And we're going to continue to do so. So I just want to finish with this. Education is emancipatory. It frees the mind, the body, and the soul. It lifts the burden from our shoulders and the veil from our eyes. It creates opportunity and challenges power. That is why they don't want us to have it. That is why they continue to deny it to us. And that is why we must fight. This is our city, our state, our lives. And we do not go down in Los Angeles without a fight. Because when we fight, thank you, Los Angeles.
Give it up for James. So how does it go? Money for jobs and education. Not for war and occupation. Money for jobs and education. Not for rights and deportations. All right, so we're going to move the program along. I want you to please help me welcome Marissa Bodie. Marissa Bodie is an actress and advocate. Please help me welcome Marissa.
Where you want to hold it?
Oh, keep it right here. Sorry. How's everybody doing today? Hello. Thank you all for being here. I'm Marissa. I most recently played Nusa Rose in the film Wicked. I'm an actress. But more importantly, I'm a proud member of this community we have here today. And again, I want to thank you all for being here. If there's one thing that history has shown time and time again, it's how incredibly important community is. Forming community is how and where we can listen to one another, share ideas, and formulate plans to create a more safe, inclusive, and sustainable world for us all. As a disabled actress in a major film, one of the most popular talking points in the majority of my interviews was about representation. And while representation is incredibly important, what catastrophic disasters like the LA fires have reminded me is that representation isn't the only thing that will save us. Representation hardly scratches the surface of the deep-rooted systematic failures upheld by our government. These fires are a nightmarish reminder that climate change and the climate crisis is not only here, but those in power are practically roasting marshmallows watching it all happen. I've watched the effects these fires have on the LA community. I've seen how it's affected the disabled community. Things non-disabled people don't always think of, like packing extra medical supplies and packing medication as quickly as our bodies allow us, are very real and scary things disabled people do have to think about. In my case, I had evacuated to my partner's place in Long Beach, only to realize I hadn't packed enough medication. Now I'm still in the process of finding a primary care doctor and figuring out my California insurance here, as I'm still on my parents' family plan insurance in Wisconsin, which is where I'm from. Typically I have my medication shipped here. After calling my doctor, I had him do an emergency refill to a pharmacy here. I went to the pharmacy only to be told, even in emergency, it'd be about $1,000 out of pocket. As the pharmacist looked at me, waiting for me to say something, I decided in that moment that it was in my financial best interest to cancel the refill and pray I would be able to get back to my apartment before my body was too negatively impacted by the absence of my vital medication. Thankfully, I got lucky. But that is simply not the case for many other disabled people out there. Not being able to access medication is common for disabled people, especially in a climate emergency. Not being able to afford medication or have insurance approval is common for disabled people and all people. Meanwhile, our representatives, both Democrat and Republican, voted almost unanimously on a TikTok ban. The one thing they could agree on was banning an app where they know community is formed, where they know on-the-ground reporting and information is communicated in an instant. Our unity scares them because they know we're no fools. They know we will no longer fall for their buzzwords, performativity, and blatant lies. Our Trump and his cult-like followers are constantly putting the United States on a rose-covered pedestal when talking about freedom and free speech. What Trump and the rest of the government fail to realize is the roses are and always have been an illusion. Underneath the wilted and unkept roses is shit. And they reek of fascism and censorship. About 6 years ago, here at City Hall, I was in these streets marching for climate justice. And while those in power hide in their bunkers, counting on us to get tired and give up, I, for one, am done waiting for them to come out from hiding. We stand here at City Hall, right on their doorsteps, to pull them out ourselves. So I speak here on Inauguration Day today, surrounded by you all, my community, to yell a not-so-gentle reminder. We cannot and will not fight this fight without intersectionality. Disabled people, gay, trans, Palestinian, no one in any minority or group or community gets left behind. We have to stay conscious and be aware of our neighbors. That is where we find the most strength, and that is where we win. Thank you.
Thank you. Give it up one more time for Marissa. All right, now I want you to help me bring up Kenia Alcocer. Kenia is a member of the Los Angeles Tenants Union and Unión de Vecinos in Boyle Heights. Give it up for Kenia.
Gracias. Por ser bilingüe voy a hablar en dos idiomas, en español y en inglés. Como miembro del Sindicato de Inquilinos de Los Ángeles gritamos, ¡tener un techo! ¡Tener un techo! As a member of Law 2, we always yell, fight, fight, fight! Hi, fight! Housing is a human right. Como una mujer indocumentada aquí en Estados Unidos grito, ¡sin papeles! ¡Sin papeles! As an undocumented person here in the United States, we yell, undocumented! Undocumented! Y como madre, por eso estoy aquí. Estamos aquí hoy denunciando, porque aquí está el Concilio de Los Ángeles, un concilio que dice que nos respeta, un concilio que dice que nos representa, un concilio que dice que nos apoya. Esto lo vamos a ver, porque no nos apoyaron y nos respetaron durante estos incendios, especialmente a las personas que fueron directamente impactadas, pero también a las personas que hemos sido indirectamente impactadas. ¿Quiénes de aquí no podían respirar? ¿Quiénes de aquí no sabían que el agua no era potable y segura para tomar? ¿Quiénes de aquí sabemos que las rentas van a aumentar y los desalojos van a seguir? ¡Bú! Y por eso estamos aquí, porque queremos decir que un moratorio de rentas no es nada más para las personas que perdieron sus rentas, debería ser para todos Los Ángeles. Todos los inquilinos merecen tener una vivienda, porque sabemos que muchos de nuestros compañeros perdieron trabajo, muchos de nosotras tuvimos de quedarnos en casa una semana porque nuestros hijos no tenían clases, perdimos dinero. Eso ellos no lo toman en cuenta. Dicen que porque mi casa no se quemó no significa que no tenga dinero para pagar la renta. ¿Quiénes saben que los huevos ahorita están a $16? Es una vergüenza. La comida está cara, el transporte no es gratuito. Sabemos que tenemos muchos civiles y cosas que tenemos que pagar y todavía quieren que esperan que paguemos nuestra renta, esperan que no digamos que nuestros dueños nos necesitan arreglar nuestros apartamentos. Este concilio no está respetando a los inquilinos y por eso estamos aquí para pelear, porque decimos que no es suficiente que se escondan contra la máscara de que ahorita todo lo que hace Donald Trump es lo único que está mal. Sabemos que no es cierto. Todo lo que ha hecho el Partido Demócrata desde Obama ha sido deportar, ha sido no ayudar a la gente más necesitada y pobre. Lo vimos durante Katrina, lo hemos visto durante todas las crisis económicas de este país. En el 2008 mucha gente perdió su vivienda y no nos hemos recuperado desde entonces. Crisis tras crisis tras crisis. ¿Y quién saca de esas crisis a este país? Nosotros somos los trabajadores esenciales que necesitan para que trabajemos y nos moramos trabajando mientras ellos no nos dan ningún tipo de alivio. Necesitamos que congelen las rentas, necesitamos que paguen los desalojos, necesitamos que den toda la ayuda posible para que las comunidades se reconstruyan, pero se reconstruyan en la imagen de lo que necesitamos, no de lo que ellos quieren. ¿Se puede? ¿Se puede? Entonces, si hay una deportación en Los Ángeles, ¿de quién es la culpa? Del concilio, que no ha pasado nada para darnos un... Si hay un desalojo de nuestras comunidades, ¿de quién es la culpa? Del concilio, que no ha pasado ninguna ley para proteger a los inquilinos. Si siguen habiendo incendios en el estado de California, ¿de quién es la culpa? Del concilio, que no está dando el suficiente dinero para nuestras comunidades para que estén seguras. Menos dinero para la policía, más dinero para nuestras comunidades, porque la primera respuesta rápida en nuestras comunidades fuimos nosotros. Nuestras comunidades fueron las que salieron a apoyar a esas comunidades. Nuestras comunidades son las que han estado pasando mascarillas, agua, comida, limpiando esas calles para asegurarnos de que nuestras comunidades estén seguras. ¿Por qué? Porque solo el pueblo salva al pueblo, y eso lo sabemos. So very briefly in English, we know that they are gonna hide, the city council and every Democrat's gonna hide behind the mask of Donald Trump, saying that Donald Trump's the responsible one. But here I am here to say that if a person from Los Angeles is deported, whose fault is it? It's City Hall's. Why? Because City Hall has not passed sanctuary city that really protects our communities. It's only in writing. We want to see action. If a person is evicted from our communities, whose fault is it? City Hall, because they're not protecting us. We need an eviction moratorium for all. We need a rent freeze for all. If fires or any ecological devastation happens and we're not protected, whose fault is it? It's City Hall's, because they keep giving the money to the police department that doesn't protect us. They need to give that money to our communities. Who was the first responders in those fires? It was us, going to those communities, giving water, masks, passing out and distributing all the donations, clearing debris in those streets. It was our communities who were the first responders, calling each other to make sure that everybody was okay. Our communities defend themselves, and we need that funding to come back to our communities. We don't need a police department that comes when crime happened already, because we're there in our neighborhoods making sure crime doesn't happen at all. We're there with our communities making sure that are okay. When the city doesn't do its job, it is our members that are on the streets cleaning them. It is our members that are on the streets repaving them. It is our members that are on the streets doing the work that needs to be done. So that's why the funding should go to us, to our neighbors, to our people. And that is why we're saying also, give the funding to the communities to be rebuilt, but not in the images of investors and not as the image of the facts, but in the image of what the community needs. Community centers, whether they need more housing for folks, affordable housing is not a reality. We need free housing for everybody. And just to be clear, there is enough housing right now in Los Angeles to house everybody. We need them to repossess every single empty unit, especially here in these fancy buildings, for people to be housed. This is something that we need today, and they can do it. There's just no political will. And that is why we know that we need to fight Trump, and we know that we need to fight his fascism, but we also know that in the state of California, which is one of the bluest states in the nation, our biggest enemies are the Democrats, because they're not doing their job. Thank you.
Give it up for Kenya. All right. Our next speaker, I want you to help me please bring up Nusa from the International League of People's Struggles. Please help me welcome Nusa.
Good afternoon, everybody. I just want to make sure that the people in the back can hear us okay. So for those of you who don't know, can you join me in a chant? When I say, what's stronger than a fascist, I want you all to respond as loud as you can all the way to the back with the power of the masses. Can we do that? Yeah. What's stronger than a fascist? What's stronger than a fascist? Thank you, everybody. Thank you. My name is Nusa with the International League of People's Struggle. We are a global alliance of anti-imperialist and grassroots organizations fighting to unite the people's movement to address our basic issues and fight against our common enemy of imperialism. Today, as we all know, Donald Trump officially assumes the presidency. The very Donald Trump faction of the ruling class, which has made itself clear to be most openly against the people, who has shown itself to be most decisive to not only neglect our people, but to openly attack us. For those of you who couldn't muster listening to Donald Trump's speech this morning, I'll share with you a little snippet. He started off today by saying he intends to usher in the quote-unquote golden age of America. And just after saying that, he made very clear what he means. The golden age of America is one with more war and militarization around the world and in our homelands. The golden age of America is one where our people are displaced and migrants are forced to leave their homelands due to the very policies of the U.S. only to face further displacement and attacks here in this country as they fight for basic livelihood. The golden age of America is one where workers are pushed into further suffering, all for the benefit of the big businesses who flourish off of their exploitation. And the golden age of America is one where the resources of the land will continue to be plundered as the environmental crisis ravages the world. That is what the golden age of America means. And despite Trump's promises that he will fix the problems of our society, we must make very clear that Trump is a liar! Trump and the Republican Party are no friends of the people. They are our enemies. But there's one very important thing. Our communities are experienced in struggle. Long before Trump took power, our communities have been fighting every expression of the worsening economic crisis, fighting every place the U.S. war machine rears its ugly head. We have been fighting and defending ourselves against neglect and attacks by the state, and the problems of lack of housing, low wages, lack of access to health care, and direct assault on our people will only get worse under Trump. So for those of you here, we must continue to fight day in and day out, because we know that in order to end fascism, we must decisively take up the struggle against the imperialist system whose own crisis allows fascism to exist. And so today, look around at all the people here. You do not just represent you, but you represent all of the people in our homelands who we are separated from. You represent all of your neighbors who lost their homes to the fires. You represent everyone who is forced to continue working today just to survive. Today, you bring the calls and demands of all of these people. You are joined by thousands across this country who are demanding a better world. And you are committing to bringing millions more who have yet to be reached together to organize and fight and to change this society. And so I want to close by today as I lose my voice a little bit. Our enemy may look strong now, but we cannot forget the lessons of history. Our people's struggle here and all across the world show that we know what it takes to topple a fascist. The people of Palestine who are fighting to the death against the US-backed Zionist genocidal regime, they know what it takes. The people of Korea who have been fighting against US imperialist war provocations and who recently went toe-to-toe with the Yoon fascist president know what it takes. The people of the Philippines who are fighting a people's war and have toppled the fascists before, they know what it takes. And the people of Los Angeles and in this country, we know what it takes to topple a fascist. Every single fascist regime in history has shown itself to be paper thin under the full might and unity of a people's movement. And we are determined to build that people's movement. So as loud as you can when I say what's stronger than a fascist, I want you to say the power of the masses. Are you ready? What's stronger than a fascist? The power of the masses. What's stronger than a fascist? The power of the masses. Thank you, everyone.
All right, give it up for Nusa. I really want you, all the people on the sidelines, all the people in the back, to give all your energy to the next speaker. It is an honor to bring in Ramy from the Palestinian Youth Movement. Please help me welcome Ramy.
Say it loud and say it clear. Liberation is near. Say it loud and say it clear. Liberation is near. Say it clear and say it loud. Gaza, you make us proud. Thank you. After 15 months of unimaginable horror in Gaza, Palestinians have emerged victorious. And despite what Trump, Biden, or anyone else says, the United States and Israel have failed in Gaza. They have achieved none of their objectives. The Israeli army is broken. Netanyahu's cabinet is falling apart. The Zionist morale is shattered. And even the Israeli press is now reporting the reality that Israel couldn't win. Israel could not win, and the Palestinian people, like the people of the world, will write their own history. Despite immense American support, the Israeli army could not divide and colonize the Gaza Strip. Gaza's resistance not only survived, but it thrived. Prisoners are finally returning home to their loved ones. Displaced Palestinians are returning to the destroyed homes and promising to rebuild. Look no further than the joyful scenes coming from Gaza and Ramallah to understand that this ceasefire agreement is a victory for all of Palestine and for all people of conscience around the world. May the scenes of hope fuel our struggle and re-energize us to continue the fight for full liberation. The path to liberation is long, and it is our duty to Palestine to confront the brutality of Zionism and U.S. imperialism with ever more vigor. We will never forget that this is an American and bipartisan genocide. The U.S. provided tens of billions in funding for this war on Palestinian life. U.S. media outlets manufactured consent for this genocide by promoting known lies. American universities and police continue to suppress protests and quell dissent. The U.S. not only fueled the genocide, but they went after all those who stood up for it. Shame. As Palestinians, we are clear-headed that it is American imperialism, represented by both parties and the ruling class, that continues the Zionist occupation of Palestine. The genocidal Biden administration was not our friend, and neither is the incoming administration. The ceasefire deal and the historic prisoner release it includes was not given to us by Trump. It is not his, nor his administration's gift to the Palestinian people. No. It was won by the steadfastness and the unyielding resolve of the Palestinian people of Gaza. In the past 15 months, our fight has become more international than ever. We know that people around the world are ready to raise and carry the banner for our cause. And as they do, they fight the billionaire and global ruling class agenda wherever they are. It is our duty to halt Zionism's genocidal agenda. The U.S. continues to send billions to Israel, while America burns and people here lose their homes, jobs, and rights. Shame! Moreover, logistics companies like Maersk, operating out of our backyard in New York and New Jersey and here, provide an unending flow of military components, without which this U.S. genocide would have been impossible. The site of struggle is right here. And we join with all people in struggle against the billionaire agenda that profits from genocide and destruction. Our fight is just beginning. The task ahead is the full liberation of Palestine. Gaza has shown the world that the impossible can be achieved. And it is up to us to carry that spirit forward, no matter who is representing U.S. imperialist interests. Number one terrorists. U.S. imperialists. One more time. Number one terrorists. U.S. imperialists. Brick by brick, wall by wall.
Brick by brick, wall by wall.
Imperialism will fall. Thank you.
Give it up for Ramy and the Palestinian youth movement. Free, free Palestine. Free, free, free Palestine.
Free, free, free Palestine.
Free, free Palestine.
Free, free Palestine.
Free, free, free Palestine.
Free, free, free Palestine.
Are you ready to march?
Yeah.
Are you ready to show Trump what we got?
Yeah.
We got a few other speakers, a couple of speakers, and then we'll start marching. Up next, as you can see, we have a lot of labor being represented today. Give it up for labor. Earlier we heard from American Federations of Teachers. Now I want you to help me welcome Annie Viloria Winnet. Annie is the chair of United Auto Workers Local 4811. Please help me welcome Annie.
LA, are we ready to fight? Are we ready to fight? Are we ready to fight? It's an honor to be in the streets today. Like workers across the country who are denouncing the billionaire agenda that Trump defends, that Trump represents. An agenda that does not speak for us. That's it. Because for as much as Trump is talking about being an outsider to DC politics, being an outsider to the rotten nature of U.S. politics, he's nothing but the embodiment of the greed and the capitalist greed that has our communities struggling and suffering today. And because we know this, and we have seen the union busters he's putting in office in his own cabinet, we should be ready to receive the attacks and to fight against them. We should be ready and we should expect attacks on immigrant workers. Without their labor, our city and our country would not run. We should expect attacks on healthcare workers who put everything on the line so that women's bodily autonomy is respected. We should expect attacks on the very institutions that allow workers to unionize and to fight. And we should also expect attacks on workers of good conscience who have stood up against the genocide of the Palestinian people. Because the question is not what they're capable of doing. We understand the immorality of their soul. But the question is, what are we going to allow them to do? What are we going to allow them to get away with? And if we know anything about the history of the labor movement in this country, I think there's many lessons for us. Because when workers came together to get unions for the first time, the conditions were no less dire than what they are today. We have to think back to 1936, when auto workers across Michigan took over entire plants. And what did the state do? They called it illegal. Shame. They sent the full force of the police to attack them. To attack them for asking for dignified pay. Shame. Shame. But they didn't give up. And because they did not give up, we now have unions. And because they didn't give up, we know what it looks like to fight back. So are we going to fight back? Are we going to fight back? Because for workers, it's not about whether we want to fight. We have to fight for our lives, for our futures, for entire communities. Are you ready to do that? Are you ready to do that? And if we know anything about history, we also know that Inauguration Day has meant nothing to our workers. Because even under the so-called most pro-union president, we are constantly under attack. In fact, there are fewer workers in unions today than before the first day of the Biden presidency. Shame. Shame. My own co-workers in the University of California had to fight for nearly 20 years so workers like myself could actually get a union. Under a democratic establishment. And we had to fight. And we won. We actually won. So we can actually win if we're organized. And we know that the moment is calling for bravery and for courage. We have to be as courageous as the first workers who stood up for a union. We need to be brave in the face of repression. We need to stay united as we build our movement, not only in our workplaces, but also in our streets. And as workers, we must remember that we have nothing to lose but our chains. So it is time to fight back, and it is time to win. Thank you.
Give it up for Annie. All right, when we started, and Kenya did too, we gave a shout out to the first responders, the people that came to the scene and responded when the criminal and negligent government didn't, right? So now I want you to salute and give a shout out to one of those that's going to come up next, who is Nancy Mesa, who is here with Endalon. If you don't know, Endalon, the National Day Labor Organizing Network, since day one, organized fire brigades to clean up Pasadena, to clean up the debris, to do what the city wouldn't do. Give it up for Nancy!
I want y'all to follow me in a chant real quick that I love doing. La policía, la migra, la misma porquería. 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 Gracias. I am incredibly honored and humbled today to come and speak on behalf of the National Day Labor Organizing Network. The compas couldn't be here today because they're at the Pasadena Job Center. They've been there since 7 in the morning. Hundreds of people, volunteers, showed up today, and they've been doing it since day one. Why? Because as immigrants, especially in Altadena, that is their community, that is their home, and they're not going to just stand by and watch it burn, right? We're going to step in, and we're going to be doing something about it. So, as a humble offering, because we couldn't come in mass, we kind of unearthed these old posters here. So some of y'all were able to get them. We were able to pass out about 100 of them. But I just wanted to share that this image here is by artist Ernesto Llerena and Sac de la Rosa. And it's 15 years old. Like, we had to unleash it from the vault. We had to be like, where's that box? And I share this because the fight, let me rephrase that. I share that because the attacks on immigrants, the attacks on immigrant workers is nothing new. Right? Nothing new. Right? It is the cowardly actions of politicians who have nothing else to show for their work. Right? But what we know is that immigrants are human beings, right? That no human being is illegal, right? And also that we have fucking power, right? And just like the day laborers who every day show up to the day labor center 7 a.m., even though we start at 8, right? Llegan temprano, they come on time. We do the work that we do out of love, right? Out of love. And this poster is also really important because 15 years ago, Angelan led this campaign called the Not One More campaign, where we actually started challenging deportations one by one. If we saw La Migra, we saw ICE in someone's home, we didn't wait, we took action. Right? We did everything in our power to stop these deportations, right? We started forming rapid response networks 15 years ago, right? We started forming comités de defensa, popular defense committees for immigrants 15 years ago. And what we saw is that it worked. What we saw is that when you challenged ICE, because they're liars, right, and they will lie and deceive you, when we stand up and actually defend our communities, and I say defend, people stopped detention buses, people infiltrated detention centers, right? People put their bodies on the line in between ICE vans and homes so there would not be a raid. So today, we're not only unboxing, right, this old relic of 15 years ago, but also the tactics, because they work. So, I wanted to share there a glimpse of hope of, like, sanctuary cities, quote unquote sanctuary cities like LA will be a target, right? Why? Because the Trump administration is trying to divide us, right? They will try to divide us. They will continue to lie and criminalize immigrants, and they will continue the misinformation. And we have to push these guys right here who call this building their work to actually defend us, right? And defend these policies. But it's going to be up to us to defend each other, right? And we can because we have, right? So as we enter this new administration, right, Trump 2.0, right, a lot of us were there crazy in the airport, right, fighting back the first time, right? We got to bring that same energy, right? Got to bring that same energy because we're going to need it, right? And for immigrants, just know that we are not showing up afraid, right? We are showing up organized, right? We are showing up prepared, and we are showing up with acts of solidarity. Yeah, so I did want to share a few words from the compas from the Day Labor Center, and they just want to share that it's at this moment it's important. Our motto today, we held our own action this morning at 8 a.m. with music, right, and full of love and solidarity. But yeah, our motto for today is no distractions, no fear. There's work to do. And for us, we view the Job Center as the trench in where we are battling the fear and division of Trump and his accomplices. And our work, we want our work to offer a new vision for our community and society, right? That shows and demonstrates a community that's built from the bottom up, that's based on equity and solidarity and not charity. And lastly, just to wrap it up, at Enderline, we have this saying, we are guided by this principle called, that we say, solo el pueblo salva el pueblo. Only the people can save the people. As immigrants, we are not waiting to be rescued. We are mobilizing to protect and help our community, immigrant to immigrant, neighbor to neighbor, and friend to friend. So we are meeting this moment with power. And one thing is that we're going to need all of y'all here, right? We're going to need everyone here to stand up and support and materially show immigrants that you love them. And also to say, right, as Endelon, we are going to be hosting an Asamblea Popular, a popular assembly, early February, bringing folks together. We know these attacks are going to start, or already started, right? And shit's going to happen as soon as tomorrow, right? So we are going to be providing spaces to organize. So please follow us on social media. We're also, you know, like I said, the different defense committees have been forming, will continue to form. If you want to form one, we can help you out, but we want to support, you know, las comités de defensa, the neighborhood committees to form so you could all gain the skills that we know work to defend and keep our people free. Yay! So I'm going to just end it with the last chant that says, Solo el pueblo salva el pueblo. 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 Only the people save the people.
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 Gracias.
All right, give it up for Nancy. All right, we're down to our last two speakers, and we're gonna march. I want you next to please help me welcome Bambi Salcedo. Bambi is a world-renowned transgender Latina activist, president of Trans Latina Coalition, and founder of the Center for Violence Prevention and Transgender Wellness. Please help me welcome Bambi. Beautiful people! I say, what's up, beautiful people? I say, what's up, beautiful people? Gracias a Dios, gracias a la vida y gracias a la tierra en la cual estamos aquí hoy en día. I always acknowledge our higher power, my higher power, who I choose to call God, the land where we're standing on today. And of course, I want to acknowledge you, beautiful and amazing people, for being here today, for standing here today, and for standing up to the bullshit. I am a very proud trans Latina mujer inmigrante indocumentada who has power. As you know, the current administration right now has a specific agenda to try to erase our existence. But this is not new. They have been trying to erase that existence for the past 500 years. And they have not been successful. And they will not be successful. I want for all of us to remember that each of us have power individually, but we also have power as a community. And we need to fuck shit up. We cannot stay on the sidelines and be complacent and think that this is not my issue. This is all of our issue. And so I want to invite you to know what the county budget is, what the city budget is, and influence the resources that are allocated. We should not be giving billions of dollars to LAPD or the sheriffs. We should be giving money to the people. Because the people deserve to have dignified lives. And we need to fuck shit up. We need to be radical as we are and get into those halls and shut it down. Can we shut it down? Can we shut it down? Can we shut it down? Now we're going to show our power and we're going to walk and we're going to let all the world know that we as people have power. And we're going to let them know that we are going to organize and radicalize and fuck shit up. So let's fuck shit up on the streets. Whose streets? Whose streets? Whose streets? When I say people, you say power, people. People. Let's fuck shit up!
For Bambi one more time!
Alright, so up next, I want to invite Shaina Reed from the Party for Socialism and Liberation. The Party for Socialism and Liberation, along with many other organizations that are here today, on day one after the fire, we're out there offering relief, talking to victims, and doing a lot of relief work. Give it up for Shaina!
Are we ready to fight? Are we ready to fight? Are we ready to march? Let me hear you! As we've heard from our speakers today, shame on these politicians! Shame on the government that failed our communities when we needed it most! Shame on a government that funds police billions of dollars while neglecting our communities! Our city has always been in crisis, but these are crises, are symptoms of capitalism, is that right? These are symptoms of a bigger crisis of capitalism that is devastating our communities, these wealthy developers and insurance companies who are coming in to destroy our communities. These are the real looters, is that right? They are the real criminals, is that right? The problem is the system. The problem is a system that is rotten to its core, and we need to completely overturn it and create a new system. A system made up of working people, by and for working people. The Trump billionaire agenda wants to blame immigrants for all the problems of society, but it is immigrants that have served as the backbone of this country. As the past 2 weeks have shown us, our community defends each other. Our community shows up and meets the needs of working people. The Trump agenda wants to loot our communities, but are we going to let them do that? This two-party system does not work for us. Are we going to stand by and suffer? Or are we going to organize to build a new system in its place? For rebuild, the rule of the rich must end. For LA to live, capitalism must end. And for our people to thrive, capitalism must end. Thank you.
Give it up for Shaina one more time! Are you ready to march? Alright, we're gonna march. Now while the truck gets ready to lead in the march, I want you to go ahead and follow me with some chants, alright? You ready? Now I'm gonna tell you, I come from a tradition of call and response, okay? So when I say something, you say it in response. We get it? Yeah! Alright, so we're gonna do a little chant that we want to feature, which goes, Gavin Newsom, you are a liar. It's your fault our town's on fire. Are we ready? Yeah! Gavin Newsom, you are a liar. It's your fault our town's on fire. Gavin Newsom, you are a liar. It's your fault our town's on fire. Gavin Newsom, you are a liar. It's your fault our town's on fire. Gavin Newsom, you are a liar. It's your fault our town's on fire. Karen Bass, you are a liar. It's your fault our town's on fire. Karen Bass, you are a liar. It's your fault our town's on fire. Karen Bass.
Berg reporting for Status Coup News. We are live in downtown Los Angeles.
Insurance scams have got to go. All right, you ready? Hey, hey, ho, ho. I said, hey, hey, ho, ho. Insurance scams have got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Insurance scams have got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Insurance scams have got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. But hey, hey, ho, ho. Insurance scams have got to go. Insurance scams have got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Insurance scams have got to go. No justice. No peace. 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 No justice. No peace.
hydrants didn't flow, where did all our money go? Ready? Fire hydrants didn't flow. Where did all our money go? Fire hydrants didn't flow. Where did all our money go? Fire hydrants didn't flow. Where did all our money go? Fire hydrants didn't flow. Where did all our money go? Fire hydrants didn't flow. Where did all our money go?
if you know we will win. That's right. We're going to try one out. When I give the call, you're going to give the answer, okay? Yeah. Money for jobs and education.
Money for jobs and education.
Okay, almost. When I say money for jobs and education, you say not for wars and deportation. Money for jobs and education.
Not for wars and deportation.
Money for jobs and education.
Not for war and deportation.
Money for jobs and education.
Not for war and deportation.
Money for jobs and education.
Not for war and deportation.
Money for jobs and education.
Not for war and deportation.
Money for jobs and education.
Not for war and deportation.
Money for jobs and education.
Not for war and deportation.
Money for jobs and education.
Not for war and deportation.
Free, free Palestine. Free, free, free Palestine. Free, free Palestine. Free, free, free Palestine. 1, 2, 3, 4.
14th?
Did you see him do that?
No, I didn't watch. I didn't catch it.
No more.
Definitely, Trump has shown us that with the propaganda using TikTok, trying to be a savior, that he's angled this second term for potential dictatorship or rule over American people that we're obviously indicating that we're not going to be a part of. This is the people speaking out and speaking back against Trump and his oligarchy and his plans to rule America in a way never seen before. This is the 99% saying no more to the 1%. And as we move forward the next 4 years, we have to hold elected officials accountable.
Do you think this second term is going to be worse than the first?
The sequels are always worse than the first original. So, you know, out of assumption, I'm going to say that maybe the Trump second term is going to be a lot worse than the first. We see Project 25. We see the people that he's stacking in place in his cabinet. The fear is there. So we are already mobilizing on day one, and we'll continue to mobilize every day forward.
What do you think of him saying he's going to pardon the J6?
I think it's devastating to see that he's going to pardon the January 6 individuals, to see that they committed acts of treason against our country. Where is his true alignment? What is his true agenda?
Yeah. And the Democratic Party, you're mentioning that basically they've done nothing to stop this. They've been able.
Right, definitely.
What's to be done about that?
Definitely, the Democratic Party needs to have a moment of introspection and deep look on themselves as Democrats. Stop blaming us, the constituents, the voters, and evaluate what they're doing wrong as a party and how they're perpetuating Trump's ability to take rule and the rule of the ruling class. The Democrats really dropped the ball. We should have been celebrating Kamala Harris on Martin Luther King Day. Because they didn't capitalize and they didn't listen to the voters.
That's right, it's Martin Luther King Day and Inauguration.
My plans here in Los Angeles to fight the fascism is to continue to mobilize, get the people educated and aware on how all our struggles are interconnected and how we struggle to live, pay rent, eat, drink, and it's all interconnected. There's no way we should be living this way when we don't have things like international health care, we don't have things like rent control. We need to fight on the local level so that we can support each other, grow together, and show each other that we can do it. Thank you.
Hopefully you guys can hear them with the bullhorn.
Thank you.
People struggles. Yeah.
policía la migra. La policía.
Sorry, everybody. Somebody yanked the cable out of the camera from the live view unit, so I had to restart. We're back.
La policía la migra. La policía la migra. Daca vive, la lucha sigue. Daca vive. Daca vive, vive. Daca vive, vive. La lucha obrera no tiene fronteras. La lucha obrera. 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 Una sé que queremos, you say papeles. Una sé cuándo, you say ahora. You ready? ¿Qué queremos? ¿Cuándo? 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 ¡Viva, viva Palestina! 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 All right, we're gonna go with aquí estamos y no nos vamos, y si nos echan nos regresamos. Come on. Aquí estamos y no nos vamos, y si nos echan aquí estamos y si nos aquí estamos y si nos echan. En la lucha del pueblo nadie se cansa. La lucha del pueblo. En 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 la lucha del pueblo. Cansados. Cansados. Seguimos. Cansados. Seguimos. Cansados. Seguimos. En la lucha. En la lucha del pueblo. En la lucha del pueblo. En la lucha del pueblo. En la lucha del pueblo.
here with us. I don't want to be the live, but I figure something.
I wanted to, so,
We're going to do a quick interview.
ran into Eric here. Eric has been on right-wing insanity before.
Hey guys.
You've seen his work in Rolling Stone, Daily Dot, whatnot. You've covered a lot of the insurrectionists.
I did.
Eric, what do you think of...
I don't even know what I look like right now.
You look great. What do you think of Trump trying to overturn the 14th Amendment in the executive order?
It's crazy. I mean, I don't know. Like, I mean, they don't care about the law. There's people who are like, well, you can't do that. Well, he couldn't do a lot of things, but he did them anyway.
Well, that's the word, isn't it?
Right.
I mean, it should theoretically take more than an executive order to
Yeah.
become a constitutional amendment.
Right.
But theoretically, you're right. He could have done something.
Yeah, I just think people aren't. I also have a lot of thoughts about this protest, which I'm happy to give another time. But I just think you got to have one message. These people aren't playing around. You know, they want to overturn birthrights. They want to overturn birthright citizenship. And to say it's not in the, he can't because it's in the Constitution. Like I said, they don't care, and nobody's stopping them.
That's just it. Nobody's stopping it. But the wild card, Eric, in my opinion, is slogan.
You think so? Yeah.
Too tall, get down.
Too tall?
And he's telling her to get down.
Oh, yeah. Wait, how low do I have to... She said to get down.
So SCOTUS, I mean, he has to because SCOTUS have done things that he never do.
Right. I mean, no one said they could overturn Roe v. Wade. Look what happened. Every time, it's like when I tell people, it's like the way a storm, erosion, the sand, a beach over time. This is gonna make sense, I promise. Over time, a beach disappears, right, into nothing. That's what's happening with democracy. I was just asking some of my people if they had announced that yet. I mean, yeah, he's definitely letting people out. Will it be the most violent ones? I don't know. I guess we'll find out. I don't know. I don't know. Should I apologize now?
I know.
My bad.
I mean,
Yeah. No, I don't know.
I think that we are looking at a situation where we can't get our head around.
Yeah. And that's why we all gotta, support journalism, stay focused, try to laugh a little bit, have fun, have a drink or a few drinks.
Speaking of journalism, did you see that Elon Musk
Yeah.
on CNN?
We were talking about that. I think it was. I made sure to watch it, carefully, but I think it was. Plus, I heard he did it twice. Oh, thanks. So you can follow me, Eric Levay, which is EricLevai on BlueSky, YouTube. I know not everyone X. I know some people don't like X, but gotta put it out there. And Substack. And support Status Coup. And Tina, very important. I did okay. I'm taking over Status Coup too. I got the camera. I was briefly a Status Coup first.
ex-chairman of the Proud Boys, is going to be released from prison.
Who streets? 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 Our streets. Who streets? 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 Trump says get back. Trump says get back. Trump says get back.
We are now approaching Pershing Square, which is on 5th and
Trump says get back. 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 Trump says get back. When immigrants' rights are under attack, what do we do? When immigrants' rights are under attack, what do we do? When workers' rights are under attack, what do we do? When workers' rights are under attack, what do we do? When women's rights are under attack, what do we do? When women's rights are under attack, what do we do? When trans rights are under attack, what do we do? When trans rights are under attack, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? Stand back. Stand up. 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 Somebody should go fascist USA. No Trump. No KKK. No fascist USA. No Trump. No KKK. No fascist USA. No Trump. No KKK. No fascist USA. No Trump.
Don't run anyone over. All our people will be free.
can't you hear? Refugees are welcome here. Hey, Trump, can't you hear? Refugees are welcome here. The people united will never be defeated. 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 El pueblo unido. 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 Trump, escucha, estamos en la lucha. Trump, escucha. Trump, escucha. Trump, escucha. Trump, escucha. Estamos en la lucha. Trump, escucha. Estamos en la lucha. All right, yo, we got a lot of love for our immigrant folks. We know we're not going to leave them alone. We're not going to let them fight alone. Is that right? Are we afraid of the rays that are going to come down on us? No, because a people's movement is going to stop the race. Is that right? Are we afraid of the racist police? A people's movement will end police brutality. Is that right? All right, in the spirit of immigrant rights, I want you to entertain me real quick with the following chant, okay? It's a chant that comes with the immigrant rights tradition. It's in Spanish. And the way that it goes is, whoever doesn't jump is ice. You get me? We're going to end with that one, and we're going to start a quick end rally for y'all. So when I say, el que no brinque es Yankee, that's what you say, okay? El que no brinque is? El que no brinque es? All right, and while we do that, we want to jump to show them so they could hear us. You ready? El que no brinques. My bad. That's my bad. That's my bad. I said ice, so it's migra, right? Although we are down with the Yankees, is that right? Yeah. Down with you is imperialism. Down with the Yankees. But we're gonna go. El que no brinque es migra. You ready? Yeah. All right. El que no brinque es migra. 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 All right, folks, we're about to make some room for this massive crowd that we have. Take a look behind you. All right? You probably can't see all the way back, but it looks beautiful from up here. So our truck's about to move, and the people are going to move with it. Is that right? That's right. All right. Free, free Palestine. Free, free Palestine. Free, free, free Palestine. Free, free, free Palestine.
Dental implants, $6,000 for dental implants. It's not fair. Healthcare must be universal. People must not work all their life for dental implants. It's not reasonable. It's not normal. $6,000 for dental implants.
Long live Palestine! Occupation is a crime. Occupation is a crime. Okay, and we're going to talk about the city we are in right now. Make some noise if you love Los Angeles. Make some noise if you believe Los Angeles will be free. Let me say, Karen Bass, you're a liar. It's your fault our town's on fire. It's your fault our town's on fire. Karen Bass, you're a liar. Karen Bass, you're a liar. It's your fault our town's on fire. It's your fault our town's on fire. Karen Bass, you're a liar. Karen Bass, you're a liar. It's your fault our town's on fire. It's your fault our town's on fire. Karen Bass, Who's to blame today? Gavin Newsom, Governor of California.
Guys, wildfires and homes for 8 million burned. By the imposing zoning and building laws, it's impossible to build without getting permit for $30,000. It's not reasonable.
But we want to be so
in Altadena and Palisades, in LA County, they ask for $30,000 per permit and a few inspections, but it's useless. People can build their homes without it. They're extorting money.
Gavin Newsom, you're a liar! It's your fault our town's on fire!
Yes, people must take advantage of their property. Not government resolving that issues, because the building and zoning laws created to extort money from the people. It's not reasonable. People must decide their own lives. That's the problem. People must establish the rules. Not government interested on multi-billionaires. For example, I'm disabled, but I want to build teeny home. They're not allowing me to. My home will be destroyed by them. They cannot even provide fire safety. Yes, it's scary. People, they don't understand. They're living and renting homes. They're renting. People must not empowering rich people. They must live on their homes. And this must not be distorted. For example, you don't have $500,000. You cannot build something in LA County. Or they're threatening you to destroy your home. It's not normal. People must resist them. Disobey the rules. Living how you want to live. No government force you to live. Thank you very much. Hopefully you will win this struggle.
Trump, escucha, estamos en la lucha. 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 Trump is very far away. He's on the way to DC. Do you think he can hear us?
I think some people think it's stuff too.
Trump, escucha. Estamos en la lucha. Trump, escucha. Estamos en la lucha. What do we want? Full compensation. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Full compensation. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Full compensation. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Full compensation. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Full compensation. When do we want it? Now. And if we don't get it, shut it down. If we don't get it, shut it down. If we don't get it, shut it down. And if we don't get it, shut it down. And if we don't get it,
system.
You want to speak up a little bit louder?
Okay.
People can hear we're on a shotgun mic.
So,
tell us about why you're here.
I'm here because people have had enough. Clearly, they're all getting out here. They're upset with Democrats. They're upset with Republicans. They're upset with the system. What they want is a change because they're tired of seeing their friends and family killed by LAPD. They're tired of seeing fires storm the streets, tear down their homes, burn their homes, and have the city do practically nothing about it. I mean, I was just shoveling leaves and sticks off of the street and collecting stuff and putting them in bags because the street won't do it. I didn't see them. I saw our firefighters. Coming out here and helping. I didn't see the rest of the city. What I saw was the community coming together and volunteering. People volunteering to help. But I spoke with volunteers. They were upset. They were upset that the city wasn't doing more to help. And it was really disappointing to hear that.
So now that Trump is president for a second time, do you think he's going to be more emboldened, given that, you know, he more or less staged a coup of sorts, wasn't punished for it, now he's getting reelected through the Democratic method, right? So how emboldened do you think he's going to be?
I think he's going to be more emboldened than before, for sure. I think a lot of people are out here because they're not just going to stand idly by and watch a dictator take place in their country. These people are out here because they want to change, and they don't want to sit by while Trump goes and does whatever he wants. Right? They don't want to just be like, well, there's nothing we can do about it. We want to actually try to do something, and we don't want a dictator.
Right. So we just learned that Enrique Tarrio is going to be let out of prison. So he is the ex-chairman of the Proud Boys. I'm sure a lot of these other guys are. Do you have any concern about that?
I fully expected it. I mean, when Trump locks up listen, when I see a bad person get locked up, a genuinely bad person, and I see Trump going into office, I'm like, shoot, how long until they're out?
Yeah, it feels like there's two systems of justice here, right?
For sure.
What is your main concern with Trump? Is it immigration rights, trans rights, housing rights?
Do I only have to pick one?
No, you don't actually. But
these people are out here because they're scared for Palestine. They support Palestine. They're afraid for them. They want to help them. I mean, we can't just take a plane and head on over there, right? But we want to stand up for them, and we want to stand up for their rights. And we're scared what Trump is gonna do. At the moment, there's a ceasefire, and thank God for that. But I'm scared for my trans friends. I'm scared for their lives. I'm scared that they won't be able to get their gender-affirming care that is life-saving. I'm scared for immigrants. I'm scared for immigrant families. They've spent generations building something here, and Trump wants to take that away from them? Why? This country was built on immigrants. It doesn't make sense.
I think, you know, a lot of the time you have, this is a very typical fascist playbook, right? Where you say you're giving people more freedom or fighting for freedom, but in reality they are infringing on the rights of people that they just simply disagree with.
Right, exactly. They say that they're fighting for a golden age for this country. They're fighting for whose rights? Their rights? Their rights to hate trans people, to enforce their beliefs onto them, to kick immigrants out because they feel uncomfortable with them in this country? That's not freedom. How is that freedom? They should be free to live their lives and not force your beliefs onto them.
Right. Thank you.
No problem.
Hopefully the sound of the video
to the workers' rights movement. The Dr. King who gave his life fighting for sanitation workers in Memphis on April 4th, 1968. That King lives on. Martin Luther King, listen to his 1967 speech about the three evils of society: racism, militarism, and poverty. Do you still feel those three evils today? Can you feel it in your bones? Do your communities feel it? Then let's keep fighting until we defeat those evils and build a system based on justice.
One of his very popular quotes is that the arc of the moral universe is long, but it bends toward justice. But Dr. King also taught us that we have the power to bend that history and move it in the direction we need it to move. I want to quote Salvador Allende, the president of Chile, murdered by a U.S. coup in 1973 on a day like this one. He said, "La historia es nuestra y la hacen los pueblos." History is ours and the people make it. We are here united to defeat the billionaire agenda, and we have seen what that agenda means. From Hurricane Helene in Asheville, to the terrible fires that have devastated Los Angeles, Hurricane Katrina, Hurricane Harvey, the list goes on. The genocide in Gaza, that is the billionaire's agenda. It is not the people's agenda, is it? And the billionaire agenda has not just one, but two parties that it controls. We've seen Biden and Trump endlessly fund the genocide in Palestine. We've seen both of them sanction Cuba. We've seen both of them destabilize Latin America, attack Venezuela. And just this month, tell me if you saw it, did you see Obama and Trump laughing together? They can't even hide that they are friends, that they work together, and that they're against us. Did you hear that Biden welcomed Trump to the White House this morning with a tea party? They had a nice tea party together. Can you believe that? Do you see Gavin Newsom or Karen Bass in the crowd today? Where are they? Who knows? But they're not here with the people, and that tells you exactly what they think about the billionaire agenda. They facilitate the billionaire agenda.